Well, hello and how are you, hey, friends? Welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Shen, Rico, coming to you live right here in St. Charles, Missouri. Hey, today's Saturday, June the 8th, 2024. Got happy birthday shout outs going out to Susana J. Davis, Audrey Miller, Jason Bird, and Brenda Graham. Sorry it's a day late, Brenda, but here it is anyway. I said, hey, Susana. Hey, Audrey. Hey, Jason. Hey, Brenda. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. Why, that's another year gone away. I hope you're enjoying your special day because, well, it's your happy birthday day today. Today. It's your happy birthday day today. I said, hey, Brenda. Hey, Jason. Hey, Audrey. Hey, Susanna. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. Why, that's another trip around the sun that you made. I hope you're enjoying your special day because, well, it's your happy birthday day today. Today. It's your happy birthday day today. Happy birthday to the four of you and many, many more. May God keep you blessed. Hey, man. Alrighty. How about them Shin Show fans? Yeah, we've got them. Ken and Becky Tackett, Mary Thornhill, Everingham, Diana Gray, Sherry Williams Devine, and Martin Kelly, a.k.a. Smiley, and Rico Murphy. There you have it. Those are the Shin Show shout outs. Live at 5 today. Well, close enough. Anyway, here we go with the weather forecast. 68 or 86 degrees was the high today. It's pretty much that same temperature still now, but it's going to be dropping down a little bit later on in the day. We've got considerable cloudiness coming in overnight with a stray shower or thunderstorm possible. Low temperatures near 64 degrees Fahrenheit with north winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then for Sunday, June the 9th, cloudy skies early will become partly cloudy later in the day. High temperatures of 81 degrees Fahrenheit with winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mainly clear skies overnight, low temperatures of 59 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then for Monday, June the 10th, sunny skies along with a few clouds. High temperatures of 78 degrees Fahrenheit with winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies overnight with low temperatures around 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be east to northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for Tuesday, June the 11th, partly cloudy skies with high temperatures of 83 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be light and variable out of the south at about 6 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies overnight with low temperatures of 63 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds have also going to remain light and variable, still out of the south, but dropping a mile, 5 miles per hour. And then for Wednesday, June the 12th, sunshine and a few passing clouds. High temperatures around 89 degrees Fahrenheit with winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies overnight. Low temperatures of 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be south to southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for our fifth and final day of our 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area, sunny skies, high temperatures of 93 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies early, scattered showers and thunderstorms developing later during the night with low temperatures of 71 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be south to southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 40%. And this weather forecast was brought to you today by the Helping Hands Thrift Store and Foster Care Closet and Diner over on 416 South 5th Street. That's right. Yeah, they went ahead and carried off that barbecue today. Turned out to be a lot sunnier than the weather said it was going to be. So, sure, they had their barbecue going and their sidewalk sale as well. I wasn't able to get by there today. I was planning on stopping by the other day, but Bev wasn't there. I usually stop by to talk to Bev. So anyway, hmm, this is not the mirror effect. It's backwards. So everything in here is backwards. Oh well. I guess you can read over my head. Yeah, it's readable and it reads straight. But okay, there you go. Because my right ear is on the left side, my left ear is on the right side. Because my microphone, I would be thinking, would be on my left, but it's on the right. So anyway, that being said, it's one of those things. Not optical illusion for me. First time I recognized it or noticed it. Well, ba 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 ba. Ah, da, 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 da. I was awoken, and then I was talking to the man in the moon. And I said, man in the room, I said me a love of my own. Oh well, they have a song like that. Song lyrics: Walking after midnight. Uh-huh. Go out walking after midnight, out in the moonlight, just like we used to do. I'm always walking after midnight, searching for you. Of all, of all, of all. I was walking for miles along the highway. Well, that's just my way of saying I love you. I'm always walking after midnight, searching for you. Walking, walking, walking. Stop, I see a weeping willow crying on his pillow. Maybe he's crying for me. And as the skies turn gloomy, night winds whisper to me. I'm lonesome as I can be. I go for walking after midnight. Just a hop and hoping you may be somewhere walking after midnight, searching for me. Walking, walking. I sleep, do not stop to see a weeping willow crying on his pillow. Maybe he's crying for me. And as the skies turn gloomy, the night winds whisper to me, I'm so lonesome as I could be. Oh, I go out walking after midnight. I just hoping you might be somewhere walking after midnight, searching for me. Let's keep on walking. Uh, let's see. Song lyrics: These boots were made for walking. Ba down, baby, down, baby, down, ba down, ba down, down, baby, down, ba down. I said down, baby, down, ba down, ba down, 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 baby, down, ba down. You keep saying you got something for me. You keep calling love, but I confess you've been messing where you shouldn't have been messing, and now someone else is getting all your best. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. And one of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. Down, baby, down, baby, down, baby, down, baby, down, baby, down. down, down. I said down, baby, down, baby, down, baby, baby, down, baby, down. Well, you keep lying when you ought to be truthing. You keep losing when you ought to not bet. You keep saying when you ought to be changing. Now what's right is right, but you ain't been right yet. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. And one of these days, these boots are gonna walk out on you. Boom, ribby doom, ribby doom, doom. Boom, ribby doom, ribby doom, ribby doom, doom, today, doom, today. Doom, ribby doom, ribby doom, doom, today, doom, today. You keep playing where you should be playing, and keep talking that you'll thinking you'll never get the burn. Well, I just found me a brand new box of matches, yeah. And away, what he knows you ain't had time to learn. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. And one of these days, these boots are gonna walk out on you. Are you ready, boots, to start walking? Uh, let's walk one more out. Song lyrics, I walk the line. Come on, load it up. Let's get that page loaded. Loaded to read. I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the ends out for the other times that bind. Because you're mine, I walk the line. I find it very, very easy to be true. I find myself alone when each day is through. Yes, I'll admit I'm a fool for you because you're mine. I walk the line as sure as night, as dark and day is light. I keep you on my mind both day and night, and happiness I've known proves that it is right because you're mine. I walk the line because you're mine. I walk the line. You've got a way of keeping me on your side. You give me calls for love that I can't hide. For you, I know I'd even turn the tides because you're mine. I walk the line because you're mine. I walk the line. I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the ends out for the ties that bind because you're mine. I walk the line because you're mine. I walk the line. All right. I'm going to sing one that's not a walking song. I want to tell you all the story about the Harper Valley widow's wife who had a teenage daughter who attended Harper Valley Junior High. Oh, well, her daughter came home one afternoon and didn't even stop to play. And she said, Mom, I got a note from the Harper Valley PTA. Oh, well, the note said, Mrs. Johnson, you're wearing your dress so way too high. It's reported you've been drinking and running around with men and going wild. And we don't believe you are be a bringing up a little girl this way. And it was signed by the secretary, Harper Valley PTA. Well, it just happened that the PTA was gonna meet that very afternoon. And they were sure surprised when Mrs. Johnson wore her mini skirt into the room. And as she walked up to the blackboard, I can recall the words she had to say. She said, I'd like to address the meeting of a Hopper Valley PTA. Oh, well, there's Bobby Taylor sitting there, and 7 times he's asked me for a date. And Mrs. Taylor sure seems to use a lot of ice whenever he's away. And Mr. Barker, Baker, can you tell me why you certainly had to leave this town? Your secretary had to leave this town. And shouldn't Widow Jones be told to keep her window shades down? Oh, pulled completely down. Well, Mr. Harper couldn't be here 'cause he stayed too long at Kelly's bar again. And if you smell Shirley Thompson's breath, you'll find she's had a little nip of gin. And then you had the nerve to tell me you don't think that as a mother I'm not fit. Oh, well, then you're just a little pit and place, and you're all of Harper Valley hypocrites. Now, I wouldn't put you on because it really did. Uh, it happened just this way. That day my mama sucked it to the Harper Valley PTA. That day my mama sucked it to the Harper Valley PTA. All right, there we go. I just figured I'd flip that one out there. All right. Okay. What's, oh, you know what? What are the special holidays? The special holidays for the month of June. Special holidays for this day in June. This day in June. They have special holidays. Well, June special event. As summer arrives, we find plenty of outdoor related holidays to celebrate and enjoy. Among them are National Gardening Day and Spirit, yeah, and Exercise Day, World Bicycle Day, Father's Day, and Dad's all his and appreciate all his dad's summer solstice day. So here we go. Rico, Tackett, Opera, PTA. So here's today's uh, uh, holidays nobody knows about. Well, they may. Best Friends Day. Amen. Everybody's got to have a best friend. Name Your Poison Day. And World Ocean Day. So you find your poison out in the ocean, and hopefully your best friend can save you. There you have it. Best Friends Day, Name Your Poison Day, and World Ocean Day. So those are your holidays for today. Alrighty. And then what's going on around town? What's going on around this little town of mine? Don't know where we're going, but we got to get there in time. Hot summer nights down on 2nd Street. Hot summer nights. Tonight, starting at 6 p.m., going to 10 p.m. So If I skedaddle on off of here, I'll be able to head down there. 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Between Morgan and Clark Street. 729 North 2nd Street, 63301, St. Charles, Missouri. Hot summer nights are back in Frenchtown. Join us for a summer of hot music, great times with your friends, and some good food and drink. The Hot Summer Nights concert series takes place on the second Saturday in June, July, August, and September. So join us this month for Jazz Night featuring Anita Jackson. There you go. Come on down. There's beverages available at all the wonderful little Frenchtown restaurants. Da, 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 da. There's beer, cocktails, and food will be available for purchase. Bring your lawn chairs to this free outdoor concert. No outside food or beverages are allowed. So there you have it. Come on down and be a patron of Frenchtown. We welcome all those folks from around the world. We like them to be seen. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Tomorrow, jazz at the river, at the riverside. You're going to be holding that um, at the, I believe they'll be on the pavilion. Frontier Park, yep. 222 South Riverside Drive, St. Charles, Missouri, 63301. Free concert, 7:30 p.m. Starts. Your jazz music. The St. Charles Big Jazz Band is performing on the JC stage in Frontier Park on the banks of the Missouri River. Performances include a wide spectrum of popular music, including swing, mm, bebop, jazz, pop music, and show tunes, contemporary jazz, and vocals from the Great American Songbook. Concerts feature both a female and a male uh, vocalist. So bring your lawn chairs, blankets, food, and refreshments to enjoy dinner and jazz at the Riverside uh, Park. Parking is available in free parking lots and along Riverside Drive. So there you go. That's tomorrow, tomorrow. So bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be fun. I said tomorrow, 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 tomorrow. Food truck event on June the 11th, which will be June the 11th, Tuesday, and that will be at Frontier Park also. So come on down to Frontier Park and get the food truck event. 500 South Riverside Drive, St. Charles, Missouri, 63301 in Frontier Park from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Join us in Frontier Park and for this food truck event. Enjoy live entertainment as you indulge in a variety of delicious food options that will be available by several different food truck vendors. Bring your family and friends out for a relaxing evening in the park. Please keep in mind that some trucks at this event may be cash only. In addition to recommending that you bring your own lawn chairs and or blankets. Alrighty, alrighty then. I think that's probably all that's going on. Uh, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Oh, on the 12th, which will be Thursday, June the 12th, will be the Beale Street concert series from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's always a fun time. Who are they going to have out there? The Hollywoods or Hollywood 5, not the Hollywoods. Hollywood 5 will be performing on that day. Streets of St. Charles, Beale Street, 1650 Beale Street. The Beale Street Concert Series. Free Beale Street Concert Series. The second weekend of each month uh, through the second Wednesday of each month, May through October, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Food and beverages provided by the wonderful restaurants at Streets of St. Charles. Bring a lunch up and enjoy the music of Hollywood 5. No rain dates or no coolers, no outside food and or beverages. They want you to patronize the Streets of St. Charles restaurants. All right, all right. Beale Street restaurants. Anything else? Anything else? Recurring happily. Same night, August the 9th. August 9th. Frontier Park, 500 South Riverside Drive. Is going to be the big band concert series. So bring a big lawn chairs and blankets for a family and friends and enjoy the outdoor concerts free to the public from 7:30 p.m. Reoccurring, St. Charles Municipal Band concert, reoccurring weeklies on Thursdays. Alrighty, and that's it for what's going on this week. So we'll jump on over to the story time with TV Grandpa. Um, um, ba- 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 da- ba- da- ba- 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 boom. Ba- 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 da- da- da. Wa- ba- ba- ba. Boo- 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 boo. Ba- 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 boom. Ba-dum. Ba-da- ba- ba- ba-dum. 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 Ba- 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 boom. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da. Ba-da-da-da. Da-da. Da-da. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. I don't read this one at all, hardly, so we'll read it tonight. This will be The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid is our story for tonight. So, hey kids, jump up on the couch or jump up on the bed, wherever it is you rest your sleepy little head, because TV Grandpa is going to read you a little story about the Littlest Mermaid. Uh-oh, this looks like it's going to be a long story. Well, we'll shorten it from my memory. Down in the deep spot of the sea stood the Sea King's castle, and it was made of blue coral, and on the roof were shells like open and closed when the sea waters rushed by. The king lived in the palace with his mother and 4 daughters, each one born a year apart. Now the youngest of the 4 princesses was the little mermaid, and she spent much of her time swimming to fallen ships at the bottom of the sea, and each shipwreck was a treasure full of watery wonders uh, from the world above, and she would fill her arms with knickknacks and arrange them in a special cave without where she could keep her collection, and all the while humming and singing. Fish circled around her, uh, for the little mermaid's voice was the most beautiful sound under the sea. Well, the Sea King's daughters knew that when they turned 15, they were allowed to swim to the surface for the very first time, and it would be a long time for the little mermaid to wait. And as she was the youngest, she begged her grandmother to tell her about life on, on the land. And the grandmother did, spinning stories on every bit about human life that she knew. And soon the eldest sister, 15, and she went up and back. And when she got back, she told about the puffy white clouds and the blue skies. And later the sun set, and she said, and the whole sky turned golden red. She had watched the birds flying higher above her and dipping and making turns in the red and golden sky. And when the next sister turned 15, she went up, and it was winter time. And she told of icebergs floating in the sea and shining bright, and all the ships stayed far away from the icebergs. She said that if it was in fear, but the icebergs did not seem lonely. They were like friends floating close to each other. And when it was the third sister's turn, she told about moving as close as she could to the gate of the town, and she heard people calling out, horses that went flip flop, flipping down the street, and even music that hadn't she had never heard before. And as the little mermaid heard with wonder, it wasn't far fair that she had to wait any longer. At the last, the day came, and when she turned 15 too. Now she could rise up over the surface and see for herself. And when she came up over the surface water, the little mermaid was next to a large ship, and on that ship, beautiful music was playing. Sailors were dancing on the deck. Sorry about that. Were dancing on the deck, and they were laughing and having a fine time. And it must be a party. And now and then, as the waves lifted up the little mermaid, she could see better. And a handsome young man stepped out on the deck. And when he did, 100 rockets rose into the air. The party was for him. Was it his birthday? She swam closer. The men all seemed to like the young man, and when he spoke, the sailors would laugh. Sometimes they patted him on his back in joy. And once the music, they made his crown fall off, and the man laughed and picked it up. A crown? Said the little mermaid. He must be a prince. Suddenly, it became very dark, and the winds picked up, and the sailors started to run about on the deck. They pulled down the sails. The ship dipped and swooped, and it rolled side to side and up and down on the high waves. And the lightning flashed, and the thunder rolled, and uh, the strong rainstorm hit, and the poor ship started to tip on the rough waves. And it was so dark that the little mermaid could see nothing. Then the lightning lit up the sky, and she could see the young prince on the deck. He seemed to be the only one still there, and he was working hard to keep the ship afloat, and he was throwing ropes out to his men who had jumped. But then, all at once, the waves got very high, and the ship started to tip over. The prince was flung uh, to the side of the ship and thrown overboard. Down into the sea he fell. He dropped very fast. And what was the little mermaid to do? She knew that human beings cannot live under the water. And so she dove deep as she could, as fast as she could, and she scooped up the prince. And she reached out, was able to grab his shirt. And then she swam to the surface as fast as she could, and at last she could pull his head above the water. And then the two of them floated as the waves rose and fell. By morning, the storm had passed, and yet the prince was as still as he had been all night. From far off, the little mermaid saw tops of hills. Land, she said, and she swam to the shore, pulling him behind her. And it was not easy to pull the young man up onto the dry sand, but she did. And was he dead? She sang a song. All of a sudden, the prince started to move. Oh, are you all right? She asked him, and touched his forehead. Just then, she heard a group of girls coming over, and at once she dove into the sea and she hid behind a rock. They must not see her. A mermaid. The girls found the prince, who was now awake. They called for help, and soon he was led off, and the prince would never know that she had saved him. And the little mermaid sank into a deep gloom. And when she went back home, her sisters wanted to know all about her trip, but she was too sad to say anything. Days went by, then weeks, and the sisters went to their grandmother for help. The old woman went to her granddaughter. Child, what is the matter? She asked, and the little mermaid cried out, Grandmother, I will never be happy again. She told about meeting the prince and saving him, then having to leave him behind. Unless I can somehow walk on that land and be with that young man, I will be sad for the rest of my life. Oh dear, uh, said the grandmother, you know as well as I do that it is not possible for a mermaid to walk on two legs. Why, the only one who can do anything like that is the sea witch. But, of course, it is much too dangerous to go to her, the sea witch, before she knew it. Uh, the little mermaid was headed to the far corner of the sea where the sea witch lived. And this is not a problem, said the sea witch. And when the little mermaid told her what she needed, I fix problems much harder than this. Why, to have legs is all you need to do is to drink my potion. And then she turned to face the girl. But I don't just give it away, you understand. Oh, said the little mermaid, what then is your price? In her heart, she felt a lift. And so there was a way she could have two legs and be uh, with the prince after all. Oh, not too much, said the sea witch. For one, to you must give up your voice. Oh, not too much. My voice, said the little mermaid. She knew her voice is what everyone loved about her and the best. Now you don't need it, said the sea witch, chattering, chatter. What a waste of time. But know this, little pretty, if the prince marries someday to somebody else the next day, you you do you must die, and your voice will stay with me forever. But then again, who knows? He might choose you. But the little mermaid's heart leaped, and Sea Witch held a glass with the green potion. And so she said, what are you going to do? Make up your mind. I don't have all day. While the little mermaid took the potion and she drank it at once, she felt dizzy and in pain, and if as if a sword was being passed through her body. She spun and jerked about and then fell, and when she awoke, she was on the same dry land as when she had rescued the prince. Lifting up her head, she could see that her dream had come true. Where her tail had been, she had two new legs. Well, she searched and she looked for the prince and she found him. But he was still searching for the woman with the very beautiful voice. And she couldn't find him, or he couldn't find her or see her. But then he did see her, and he thought that he would take her home. And as he took her home, they had a large get together where everyone had a feast. And she sat there during the feast but couldn't carry conversation because of the sea hag's uh, deal. So then the little mermaid, if she might, he asked the little mermaid if she might come with him, and she nodded a big yes. And that day, with the little mermaid by his side, the prince felt good, glad. Sometimes he would make mistakes and make comments in a low voice to her, and her eyes and face, he knew that she understood. All right, and that's why Little Mermaid got the prince, because he liked her, not just because of her voice, but for who she was. And then he married her, and as soon as he married her, she got her voice back, and she sang, and he knew he got the right woman after all. Alrighty, hey, that was the end of the Little Mermaid, and now we're going to be going to the Daily Bread portion of the program. Daily Bread portion of the program today is going to be brought to you by the Bible with Briscoe 2024. Bible with Briscoe 2024 is the daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Today's reading in the Bible with Briscoe 2024 will be Chronicles, Second Chronicles, that is, 30 through 31, and John 18, 1 through 18. So that's Second Chronicles 30 through 31 and John 18, 1 through 18. Um, so of gods, house gods. That is today's uh, what you call it, devotion in the daily bread portion of the program. And today's scriptures and insights will be Genesis 35, 1 through 5. And so here we go. Genesis 35, 1 through 5. And Jacob returned to Bethel. And then God said to Jacob, go up to Bethel and settle there and build an altar there to God, who appeared to you when you were fleeing from your brother Esau. And so Jacob said to his household and to all who were with him, get rid of the foreign gods that you have with you, and purify yourselves and change your clothes. Then come, let us go to the Bethel, where I will build an altar of God to God, with who answered me in the days of my distress, and who has been with me wherever I have gone. And so they gave Jacob all their foreign gods, and they had, and ring in their ears. And Jacob burned them under the oak at Shechem. And then they set out, and the terror of God fell on the towns all around them, so that no one would pursue them. So there you go. That was Genesis 35, 1 through 5, which concludes the Daily Bread portion of the program that was brought to you today by the Bible with Briscoe 2024. I'd like to thank you folks for tuning into the Shen Show for today. I, Senator Briscoe, it's been a pleasure for me to be here with you today. So come on back and see us again tomorrow because, well, God willing, we'll be here. And we hope that you are too. Hello, goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I said goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. All righty, my friends. We're out. God bless you all. We'll see you tomorrow.